Hello everybody, John 12 back here again with another video, and today I bring you some big over-the-top Marvel news. If you have not heard anything of what I'm about to say, then I have no idea what to do or help you. But that being said, Marvel and Sony have officially announced their casting for the new Spider-Man movie for, of course, the MCU version of Spider-Man. And of course, Peter Parker will be played by Tom Holland. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you have no idea who the heck Tom Holland is. It's okay, because no one really does. I mean, I know he was apparently in that movie, The Impossible, and then he was in a whole bunch of other shit, and then that's pretty much the gist of my personal knowledge of his filmography / career. And that's pretty much it. But now he's being casted as the new Spider-Man, so it's kind of like irrelevant of what he did in the past. Because at the end of the day, Marvel and Sony, when they came into this agreement that Spider-Man would be a part of the MCU, he had to be younger, he had to be a teenager, he had to be a high schooler, he had to be a young kid, because, let's face it, Marvel, the second they get their hands on Spider-Man, they're going to want to milk this, so of course they're going to freaking get a kid so they can have multiple Spider-Man appearances. But they want Spider-Man to be the new Iron Man. That's what they want to do, and that's, what it should be, because at the end of the day, Spider-Man's like Marvel's Mickey Mouse. He has to fucking be that kind of guy. But that being said, it's pretty interesting casting. I personally would have went the other route. I know Marvel and Sony were casting and testing tons of actors from Hollywood. They went from A to Z when it came to trying to cast their Peter Parker, so I can't give them too much shit on casting someone that I really have no interest in, or really any knowledge of, rather. But for me personally, I would have went with Asa Butterfield. If I'm saying his name correctly, I'm pretty much butchering it, I don't know, it's from memory. But that being said, he was one of the many actors that were being screen tested to play Peter Parker / Spider-Man in this new MCU, and he obviously was cut short, and that's kind of unfortunate, because unlike all the other actors that were allegedly chosen, he was the only one that had legitimacy, and I actually knew his work, and I know that for a fact that he's obviously a good actor. Tom Holland, on the other hand, I don't know anything of his acting talents, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it is a good thing for, Marvel and Sony to go for an unknown. Even though, for me personally, I would have wanted a Miles Morales version of Spider-Man to show up, but, it is what it is. I'm pretty sure if anybody who's been have been reading the Spider-Man leaks that have been coming out lately of what Spider-Man's supposed to be in the live action, movie franchises of Spider-Man. Apparently Spider-Man must keep this in mind, must always be white, not gay, and be young. So that's pretty much the gist of what Spider-Man should always be in the movie franchises. He should always be white, which, whatever. He must always be gay, which is another, what? Okay, and then he must always, be young. He can never be an adult, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, it is what it is. It's kind of stupid and crazy. I mean, for us Miles Morales / 2099 fans, I guess we're never going to get those versions of Spider-Man anytime soon, until someone dies from these big companies, and, someone else comes in and says, no, we're actually going to do Miles Morales. I don't see that happening. But that being said, Peter Parker is officially in the MCU, which is always awesome, and of course Tom Holland is going to be playing him, and of course the official Spider-Man film to be joining the MCU will be coming out July 28th, 2017, and will be directed by John Watts. He's another creative person in this Spider-Man project who I have no knowledge of. Apparently, he directed, I want to say, the new Kevin Bacon movie, which I think is, let me see, what is it? It's Cop Car. That's it. And that's essentially it. He hasn't really done anything else significant that I really know any knowledge of, with the exception of, I guess, TV movies, TV shows, and a whole bunch of shorts. So I guess, yeah, when it comes to this Spider-Man project, they really want to go the James Gunn route, where they want to just have a lot of unknowns, a lot of people that you don't think would be great, a director who really hasn't done anything big, and then bam, make I guess, one of the biggest and greatest comic book movies of all time. I guess that's kind of their game plan when it comes to the Spider-Man project, which, I think they could do it. I mean, Marvel has done a pretty decent job at picking people who obviously have vision and who are obviously very creative and definitely up-and-comers to really flourish in their universe. So I have faith in what they put out. Personally, I have my doubts, and I have, I'm keeping my fingers crossed because I want to see good content. I just don't want to see like, oh hey, Spider-Man's in the MCU, yeah! Just because that's being said doesn't mean I automatically have to have a boner. You get what I'm saying? So that's kind of like the gist of where I'm coming from. But overall, Tom Holland is our new Spider-Man, and John Watts is going to be directing the new Spider-Man movie. And apparently, allegedly, Spider-Man will be showing up in Civil War. So I guess a lot of people who are taking set photos of the project should be keeping their eyes, open just to see, like, is Peter Parker going to show up? Where's that little fuck? Keep your eyes open. But overall, I'm okay with the news. I would have went Asa Butterfield, but it is what it is. Tom Holland's not a terrible choice, but then again, I don't know a lot about his work, which I guess myself included, and a lot of us have to research to really see, like, this is the new Spider-Man, and this is the new director who's going to bring the Spider-Man to life. So, let's see what happens. Let me know in the comments below what you personally think about all these things. What are your personal thoughts on Tom Holland joining the MCU as Spider-Man? Do you think it's a great casting choice? Who would you rather have been your Peter Parker / Spider-Man? What are your personal thoughts on Spider-Man always having to be white and freaking heterosexual in the Marvel franchises? And what are your personal thoughts on John Watts directing the Spider-Man movie? And let me know what you personally think about all things Civil War in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already. I hope you guys enjoyed, and this has been John 12.